Hey kids, welcome back to String Cheese and Applesauce, where today we're going to do a build for you. Today it is this Monster Fighter set number 9462, The Mummy. This is from 2012. This was when the Monster Fighters came out, so this set has already been built. I usually take it apart and rebuild it around the fall time, which is around Halloween. So this is 2014. So if you're watching this in the future, you'll know that I'm building this 2 years after it came out. It could be possibly more years after it came out if you're watching it later. But anyway, this is a very small set in the Monster Fighters theme. Now the Monster Fighters theme is actually one of my favorite themes that has come out in the recent years. I just like the whole zombie, mummy, vampire kind of a fantasy thing about it. I don't like vampire shows and stuff on TV, but I do like the series in the Lego. So here we go. Let's look at the minifigures first. So the first person we're going to look at is... Hold on, let me pull up the database. It's been so long, I need to make sure to say their names right. This is our first minifigure, and this is Ann Lee. Ann Lee. Now she is one of the Monster Fighters. She's not a monster, but she does have a arrow in her hair. So that's kind of odd. I guess that's where she holds her ammo for her crossbow. So she has this cool little crossbow. The printing on the front of her torso is pretty cool. She has a little corset. You can see the curvature, the way they print that dark on there, makes it look like she's a little bit more curvy, even though it's a blocky minifigure. You can see that on the back as well. And there is a little bit of printing on the legs. So that's always a plus. I like the detail they add on the legs. Let's look at her head. So she has a scar that's running across her left eye, and then a little smirk kind of right there on the side of her mouth. It could be a scar. It looks more like a smirk, but right here on this side over here, that's definitely a scar going right down the side of her face. And then you can see on the other side, it is a double printed face. So we don't have that little smirk look right next to her mouth on this other side. So we know that's not a scar, but you still see that mark going across her face. And her hairpiece that we saw just a little while ago that has the little arrow in it, it's actually these rubbery, hard rubber pieces. So you can see I can kind of squeeze it and it flexes a little bit. So it's not your typical headgear that's hard plastic. So that's Ann Lee. So the next minifigure in here is the Mummy. And the Mummy's cool. You kind of look at it and you're like, it's just a plain white figure. Here's what's cool about it. Is the print has this mummy wrap all over it on the front and back. But not only that, but this front actually does glow in the dark. So it's almost impossible to see. I mean, it's not that great, but it does glow in the dark. And it's going to be impossible for me to show you without me turning off all the lights. And I doubt my camera can even pick it up. But it does glow in the dark. Now, the little skeleton horse that comes in this set, the complete thing glows in the dark. The difference between this one is molded in actual glow in the dark plastic. This one is printed with some sort of glow in the dark ink on it. So the difference is that ink does not really glow as much as the pieces that have molded glow-in-the-dark plastic. So this skeleton horse actually glows the most out of all of the Monster Fighters figures and or pieces, accessories that have glow-in-the-dark elements. There are some ghosts that we'll see in the ghost train that have some glow-in-the-dark elements. Those glow pretty brightly too. I think some of them that are in the haunted house glow as well. We'll look at those whenever we get to that build. Make sure to check out our other videos. Subscribe so you don't miss any of these. But by far, this skeleton horse actually glows the most. And you know what I'm going to do? Let me put this down right there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off all the lights. And I'm going to see if we can get this thing glowing. Alright, so you can really see how well that thing is glowing in the dark. And let me find the mummy. Yeah, I have the mummy here in front of the camera. You can't even really see it glowing in the dark. But the camera's clearly picking up the skeleton horse. So that's pretty cool. It glows in the dark really a lot. It's really, really bright. So that's really cool. Turn on all the lights again. All right, we're back. So, we've got our two minifigures and our super cool glow-in-the-dark skeleton horse. The minifigure clearly does not glow as well as that horse does. But the camera picked it up pretty well. You could see that skeleton horse really does glow in the dark very well. So, we're going to go ahead and get on with this build. It's only 90 pieces in this set. So the build is going to be really, really fast. The first thing we're going to start with is Ann Lee's little helicopter. And it's so little, I don't know how it logistically can even work. It almost looks like a hovercraft, but it is what it is. And I have all these pieces just kind of scattered throughout. There's only 90 pieces, so I didn't really sort them or anything. I figured with so few pieces, it's almost like a glorified poly bag. You know, a poly bag usually has anywhere between 30 to 60 pieces. So we've got two minifigures and a few more pieces. And we call that a set. So it's not that big of a set at all. So I figured I would not bother sorting the pieces. You can sort them at home if you want, whatever you like. There's no wrong or right way to do it. This is just the way I do it. We have a non-friction Technic pin here, and that's what our propeller attaches to. Put it right back here on the back of this little seat that we made. And we have a couple skis that are the landing gear for this helicopter. So these little ski pieces. And that's it. So that's Ann Lee's choice of transportation. Let's go ahead and drop her in there. There you go. So it's a pretty cool little, tiny little helicopter. And I actually have it off by one stud. Scoot it up a little bit. There we go. So the only thing that kind of baffles me is what this little clip right up here is for. Because she can hold her crossbow. I mean, maybe her other ammo goes up there, but then what would go in her hair? And when she's sitting there, the crossbow actually doesn't even fit on there. She's in the way, so I'm not quite sure what that clip on the front is for. The picture on the front of the box does not show anything, or on the front of the instruction manual. Let me thumb to the back, see if it gives any hints. Nope. I don't know what that clip is for. Oh, I do know what it is now. Okay, I'll show you at the end. There is a little picture at the back that shows you what it's for. Alright, so let's move on to the mummy skeleton horse cart. So of course we saw the mummy, we saw the horse, we saw how cool the horse was glowing in the dark. So let's just put it all together now and see how it fits. As you can see, this is a real simple little build. Nothing complicated at all with it. If you don't have this set, it's going to be hard to find. You'll have to find it on third-party sellers, meaning Bricklink or eBay. But I pity you because you'll probably be paying a premium because the set is discontinued. So I do hope that you already have it. Unfortunately, there are some unique pieces in this set that would make it a little bit hard to build. You could build something similar with a lot of pieces you probably already have, and maybe that's the best way to go about it. What will be hard to duplicate is the skeleton horse or the other minifigures. It's like if you don't have those, then you're in trouble. But the actual build itself has a lot of common pieces. You may have to substitute other colors. Some of these colors may be a little bit harder to find. But either way, look it up on Lego on their website. They usually have most all instructions for a lot of the most current sets that have come out over the past, I would say, I don't know, 6 to 8 years. They have a lot of instructions on their website. Alright, so there's our horse. Our horse, of course. And here's the gem. This is going to be a hard piece to replicate unless you have it in the Vampire Castle. All of these gems came in that set. If you don't have that set, then you'll have to have this set, or else it will be hard to get. And that should do it. Yep, that's it. So, oops, put that gem on. So it's just a little scorpion thing here. And our mummy goes right back there. So it's kind of like a chariot with the skeleton horse, and then we have our monster fighter here. So here's what they show in the instruction book. This Anley's helicopter actually flies down and grabs the scorpion tail with the clip here, and then flies off with the gem. So this whole Monster Fighters theme, they're basically fighting over these gems. So it's basically the source of power, for lack of better words, for the monsters. So the fighters are trying to acquire all the gems, and of course the monsters are trying to keep them from the monster fighters. So that's what this little clip on the front is for. It's to steal that gem. So there you go. Tiny little set in the Monster Fighters theme. It is not the smallest one. The Swamp Creature, which if you check out my other videos, I've already done that set. The Swamp Creature only has 70 pieces, so it is actually the smallest. This one is the second smallest. You can kind of be okay with it though, because of this really cool glow-in-the-dark skeleton horse. And of course the mummy. I like the mummy, even though the glow-in-the-dark thing doesn't work too well. It's still cool to have the mummy minifigure. And I actually do have 2 of these sets. I have both of them built. One of my kids actually built the other one a couple days ago. So we have a lot of these to populate our spooky holiday, Halloween setup. So that's cool. So hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to check us out on Instagram, String Cheese and Applesauce. I'm gonna take a picture right now. It's gonna go on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see all the pictures of the sets that I have coming up on my YouTube channel before they even appear on the YouTube channel. So how cool is that? So yeah, Instagram, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give me a big thumbs up if you like what you saw. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.